On today's episode of DAPA.DANIEL, this is just specifically over the builder tradition homes today. We're gonna head over to the 65-foot lots. You're gonna be pretty close to some walking trails, some amenity centers. I mean, Mustang Lakes really knocks it out of the park with all their stuff. For the 86-foot lots, they're located kind of where the model home is. The HOA for the 86-foot lots in here are gonna be $176 per month, and then the PID is gonna come out to about $387 per month. For the 86-foot lots on their website, they have 10 floor plans priced from 1.1 million up to 1.4 million. All right, now we're gonna head over to the 100-foot lots, and this is the last section that we're gonna be talking about today. Here's the plat map for the 100-foot lots in that section. They have 22 lots available right now.
So that makes sense.
I have not been doing good for like the past 24 hours. There was a commercial that came on yesterday, and it was an eHarmony. Have you guys seen this eHarmony commercial where this guy has like a pimple on his back and then his girlfriend like pops it for him, and like it was just one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. So sorry if I'm a little off today, all right, doing this video. We're over here at Mustang Lakes. We're gonna be talking about tradition homes. There's 65 foots, they're 86 foots, and they're 100-foot lots over here. I'm off. I feel off after seeing that. Don't look up that commercial. I know some of you guys are probably gonna look up that commercial, or some of you guys have already seen that commercial. I can't leave it just doesn't want to leave my brain. The model homes are all located in this section, kind of in the middle of the neighborhood across from the amenity center. So the tradition home models are over in this section, the Highland home models are in this section. I'm also going to be coming out with a Highland home and Huntington video after this one, but this is just specifically over the builder tradition homes today. We're going to head over to the 65-foot lots, which are going to be on the north side of the community. Over on the east and the west side, or I guess a little bit more on the south side, is where the 86 and 100-foot lots are. But we're going to head up to where the 65-foot lots are going to be. And these are just going to be one-story homes over in this section along here. And they still have some lots available. There's going to be more phases coming into this community, and I'll get into all the details about the HOA, the PID, the mud. Actually, there's no mud, but there is a PID. The tax rate, and some of those things just to expect with fees within this community. This neighborhood does a good job with like the fountains, the landscaping, things like that. So actually I went too far north. I thought I could get in. Can I get in through this way? Or they haven't built out the road yet? It's on this right side, which looks like I can't get down into. So let's just hook a quick U-ey. And the 65-foot lots are here on this left side, so I thought I could get back around to it, but they haven't finished building out that street. So over here in Woodhaven is where the 65-foot lots are. Now for the HOA for these lots, okay, it's different than the other ones. The HOA for this one is going to be $169 monthly, and then the PID within here is about $40,000. I mean, it's gonna come out to, I think after your monthly breakdown, these 65-foot lots are gonna be around like the $280 per month, $290 per month. I'll put up on the screen now what the cost is and the annual installments, and you can kind of pause the screen and kind of see what you're gonna be expected to pay if you do own a house in here till I believe it's 2053. So no reason to pay that off anytime soon, but that's what you're going to expect, about $3,300 per year, up to $3,700 per year. It's kind of in that range. But this isn't the far north side of Mustang Lakes. Okay, it goes further. There's some 40-foot lots, Coventry homes that go back even further, but this is the furthest north that Tradition Homes is building right now with this phase. They are going to have more phases are going to be coming. You can kind of see the land that's a little bit further out, but this section right here is just going to be 65-foot lots. The next phases, okay, that they're going to be building with some of the other lot sizes too are going to be coming Q1 of 2025. Currently, right now, this whole thing is in phase 7, and then they're kind of going into phase 8, and then starting to open up some of the other ones going into 2025. Along this section where the 65-foot lots for tradition homes are, you're going to be pretty close to some walking trails, some amenity centers. I mean, Mustang Lakes really knocks it out of the park with all their stuff, but these are all the tradition homes that you're seeing. All of them are one-story homes. These are more of their patio homes that they have set up in here. The other lot sizes are going to be where their 2-story homes are going to be located. And as you can see, there's still a few lots left in here. So if you do want to build from scratch, they are still offering that, and I'll get into the earnest deposits and those things too. Let me just talk about the floor plans real quick. For their 65-foot lots, they're gonna have 5 floor plans. They're gonna be priced anywhere from $810,000 up to $870,000. The smallest one-story plan is the 5511. That's a 3-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,155 square feet, starting at $810,000. And the biggest one-story plan is the 5551. That's a 3-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,592 square feet, starting at $870,000 there. So you'll see a couple of those floor plans in here. You also see kind of a difference of some are like the modern farmhouse look, and then some of them have just brick. Some of them are mixed with stone. A lot of them in here actually have the black frame windows. There's a few in here that look like they decided to pick what looks to be like the white frame, or I don't really see any. I guess they did like an almond color on theirs. Let me actually go back around. Show you the houses down this way. Here's also the plat map for the 65-foot lots. They're showing that they have about 10 lots left that are available. And the depth sizes on these are gonna be about 60 by 125. That's gonna be like the whole dimensions. Now, some of these lots are gonna be a little bit bigger. Some of them are gonna be a little bit smaller. You might be paying a little bit more of a premium for those ones that are a little bit oversized or on a corner or no neighbor on the backside. But I do like where these lots are located because it's more central to the community and where the amenity center is and some of the walking trails. Some of the walking trails actually go in between the next phase that's coming into here. Right, and then we're gonna head over now to the 86-foot lots. For the 86-foot lots, they're located kind of where the model home is, where it's set up right now for where they're building. And they just have like one row of houses left on there that are gonna be built from scratch. So they're kind of closing up on their 86-foot lots. And then the 100-foot lots is what they're gonna have like the most available right now. But the 100-foot lots, there's only gonna be one section of 100-foot lots. So when you miss this opportunity on the 100-foot lots, that's gonna kind of be it. They have this inventory 86-foot lot available right now. We'll talk about that in a second. And then some of the Highland homes are also sprinkled in over in this section. So Highland Homes is also doing 86s, but over in that part, Highland wasn't doing 65s. So that's why in that section was just Tradition Homes. Here are some of the Tradition Homes. You're gonna see some Highland homes within here too. Everything's been sold for Tradition over on kind of the north side of the 86-foot lots. There's only gonna be one row of homes and lots down one street on the south side. And then you're gonna have to wait until the next quarter to get in. The HOA for the 86-foot lots in here are gonna be $176 per month. And then the PID is gonna come out to about $387 per month. Now, you might be talking with some builders, and you know, I'll call these builders or ask them, email them, and I'll be like, hey, what's the MUD? Or does it have a PID? What's kind of deal with that? And some of them will give you the PID per month cost, which I like that a lot better. It's a lot less misleading than them telling you it's like, I talked to David Weekly, and David Weekly told me it was like a 2, after the PID and everything, was like a 2.36. So sometimes I see the PIDs give percentages. I like it better when they give you an actual number because the percentage doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but sometimes I see it that way as well. This is gonna be the row with the Tradition Homes for 86s. So you can see these homes are available. I'll pop up the plat map right now for that. So we're driving down the south side of this area, and then every like second or third home is gonna be a Highland home in between these. So some of these are Highland, some of them are a Tradition. For the 86-foot lots on their website, they have 10 floor plans priced from $1.1 million up to $1.4 million. The smallest one-story plan is going to be the 6021. That's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 3,568 square feet, priced at $1,164,000. And then the biggest one-story plan is the 7021. That's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 3,788 square feet, starting at $1,190,000. The smallest two-story plan is the 6031. That's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 4,082 square feet, priced at $1,230,000. The biggest two-story plan for the 86s is the plan 7061. That's a 5-bed, 5 bath, 5,481 square feet, priced at $1,404,000. So you can build some pretty big homes over on the 86s, and we still have the 100-foot lots to go. And it's just kind of get bigger with those homes. This section still also close to some of the green belts in here. There's a little less park, so maybe they'll be bringing more of those things over on this section. There's not really like hangout spots or pavilions over in this area, so you have to walk a little bit further to that, but maybe in their next phases they'll be having some more stuff. On the left side, on the far south side of this area, you can see still nothing getting built, so all the homes are on the right side, and that's where these lots are right now. For the 86s, on their website, they just had 6 lots left. Now, the depth on these are gonna be about 86 by 135. So you're gonna get a little bit more of a backyard with these. You're still gonna be fairly tight with your neighbor in between homes, because they're putting, you know, pretty big square footage homes on 86-foot lots. Even though it is a big lot, they're still putting 5,000 square foot homes on it. So it is still gonna be tight within your neighbor. You're really not gonna have the biggest backyard still. I think you're gonna need to get more into the 100-foot lots. There's still a few homes at the end of this street getting built, but majority of this section is built out already, and then they'll be opening up another phase Q1 of 2025. I don't know what those prices are gonna look like. They are probably gonna be different. Interest rates, I think it all depends on what happens with interest rates on where these prices are going to go going into Q1, because I'm talking with a lot of builders and a lot of them are opening Q1 of 2025 into their next phases. So depending on where interest rates go, that's going to be kind of dependent on how dramatic these price increases are. Now, that being said, right now, I think interest rates are sitting at like a 7.44. Market's still kind of freaking out. We'll see if it keeps going up, and then maybe it'll settle sometime later on this week or into the next week. Kind of see how it plays out over the next period. We're also going into an election cycle, so that's just like a whole nother thing, right? For the 86-foot lot inventory in here, it is priced at $1,699,000. That one's closing June. That's the only one for this phase. And then they're gonna have those other lots that are built from scratch lots. But you're probably gonna be paying a little bit of a premium on those just because they're 86-foot lots. They are facing south, so they'll probably be on the cheaper side of things, to be honest. But a lot of green spaces, a lot of green trees around here. I mean, Mustang Lakes has got to be one of my top communities. I think it's also so pricey, so you really got to be making some money to be living in this area, because not only is your HOA expensive, not only is the home expensive, but then you're gonna have a pretty expensive PID as well. All right, now we're gonna head over to the 100-foot lots, and this is the last section that we're gonna be talking about today. I'm driving back by the model homes. As you can see, they still have quite a bit of lots that are gonna be coming. It looks like the Huntington home model is coming, which is just a upscale Highland home. The 100-foot lots are more on the east side of the community, so we're actually going to go past the amenity center over here, and there's going to be a lot more availability within this neighborhood. Now, there still are some lots that have already been sold over here. They didn't just open these 100-foot lots, but they are a bit more recent than some of the other stuff. Passing by the amenity center, so all these sections that we've just driven in through for the 86 and 60-foot lots, you're still going to be pretty close to the amenity center. The amenity center really isn't close. It's kind of in its own piece of land, which is awesome. Like, they really did a great job over here. The amenity center is one of like the biggest selling points within this whole community. And we're passing by now. You can see a lake out there, and they stock it with fish. This is where we're going to turn into. This is going to be Twin Eagles, and then down this way is where the 100-foot lots are going to be. You go over a bridge, there's a few lots that are already built out with some things. These are like Highland homes in here. And then on the back side of these homes, it's going to open up to all the new construction. Tradition homes sold. There's a Highland home available over here. Take us back into the 100-foot lots over on this section, which this section is a lot closer to Frontier Parkway. That other section of the neighborhood that we went through, not really close to be able to get onto a road. Actually, this is FM 2478. Actually, that's not, but Frontier Parkway would just be a little bit further. It's a lot faster access is what I'm trying to say to get out to things. Those other parts of the neighborhood were just a little bit further back, so just take a little bit longer to get out of them. But this is gonna be the 100-foot lot section in here. And for the HOA on this one, it's gonna be $183 per month for the 100-foot lots. The PID is going to be $516 per month for the monthly payment on that one. So it is getting quite expensive to be on a 100-foot lot over here. And then this section of the neighborhood is gonna back up to some other homes as well. However, these other homes that it backs up to are actually not a part of Mustang Lakes. It's a totally different neighborhood, and there's wrought iron fencing on the backside, so you're not going to get a lot of privacy with these tradition homes and Huntington homes along this side, okay, because there's a wrought iron fence on the backside. So instead of you getting something that's, you know, actually a brick wall behind you, not going to get that over here. But you can see a lot more availability on this side, even though they have sold some things. For the build plans over here and kind of the different sizes and what they're starting at, for the 100-foot lots, they have 5 floor plans priced anywhere from $1,449,000 up to $1,600,000. The smallest one-story plan is going to be the 7011. That's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 3,761 square feet, priced at $1,449,000. And then the biggest one-story plan is going to be the 7021. That's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 3,788 square feet, priced at $1,454,000. And then for the 100-foot two-story plans, the smallest one is going to be the plan 7031. That's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath, 4,537 square feet, priced at $1,556,000. And then the biggest two-story plan on these 100-foot lots is the 7061. It's a 5-bed, 5-bath, 5,481 square feet, priced at $1,664,000. Just know that these are base prices. You're probably going to be more up into that $1.8 to $2 million range for these homes in here. Here's the plat map for the 100-foot lots in that section. They have 22 lots available right now. There's actually going to be one of these lots that is up against the water over here. So another pond area, but no real benches or playgrounds or anything over in this section. It's a little bit more of a walk to the amenity center. Not too bad. You're just a little bit further over on this side of things. And it looks like I got to go back the other way because there's a whole bunch of construction going on. Also, it looks like some of these are going to be on some small retaining walls. But nothing too serious, no big retaining walls. It looks like the other homes were on bigger retaining walls over on that other section. And then the other builder in here is going to be Huntington Homes, which is just like an overpriced Highland home. Basically, I mean, you're going to get a lot more custom stuff with a Huntington home. I mean, it looks amazing, but I don't know if I'd be spending $2 million over in this section. But people are doing it, so all the power to them. Some of these are on a retaining wall on this backside, but nothing crazy. Now for going under contract with Tradition Homes, and this is going to be one of the last things I talk about, they're going to want 5% of the base price plus the structural options you add plus 20% of the lot premium and then 40% of what you spend at the design center. So they are going to give an incentive at the design center depending on which lot size you go with, but that's what's going to be needed for going under contract. Now those things change every quarter. That's just what they're sitting at right now. So in a year from now, if you're coming back and watching this video, it's most likely probably going to be a little bit different on what they're doing. And for the incentives at the design center, the 65-foot lots are going to get $30K at the design center. The 86s are going to get $50K off at the design center. And then the 100-foot lots are going to get $60K off at the design center. So they're doing a little bit different stuff for their design center on the different size lots. And then this community is going to have an on-site school. It's going to be zoned for Prosper ISD. That's going to be Johnson Elementary, Rogers Middle School, and Walnut Grove High School. That is going to do it for this video today, and talking a little bit about Tradition Homes and the new construction on what to expect right now for what they have for floor plans, what's going to be coming in the future, and then just showing you guys the area for what things look like and where these lots were located within the neighborhood. If you guys have any questions about Tradition Homes, other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.